MACRA. Most people right now think of MACRA as really affecting the Medicare supplement portfolio, but let's back up a little bit. It wasn't that long ago, and annually Medicare was determining reimbursement rates to providers, and they always use the phrase kick the can down the road. It was an annual ordeal. MACRA helped resolve that issue. So MACRA is called the Medicare Access and CHIP Reauthorization Act of 2015, but it created the permanent doc fix. In addition, the new Medicare cards that you see clients receiving this year came from the same legislation. Along the way, Senator Coburn out of Oklahoma led a strong effort by Republicans to question how Medicare is structured. And for a period of time, they were even talking about creating a single deductible for Medicare, which would have really hurt the Medicare industry, the Medicare supplement industry in particular. A compromise was made by the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC, to eliminate first dollar coverage for those people on Part B that are aging into Medicare. And so the concern that I have, any agent that says January 1st, 2020, Plan F goes away, you should go buy a Plan G today, that's really a scare tactic. That's really not accurate, because over 60 million people already on Medicare will be able to purchase a Plan F after the first of the year. It would really be the people aging in. There are fewer options for them. Plans C and F for those aging in after 1/1/2020 won't be able to purchase the Plan C or F. They'll have to be purchasing other plan types, such as D or G. Don't be surprised to see a carrier roll out one, but maybe not both of those plans. So think of it as by the end of this year, every carrier is likely to reprice their Medicare supplement portfolio for January of 2020 going forward for those effective dates because of this MACRA legislation. And the reason that they'll have to do that is the Plan D and G prior were not subject to guarantee issue. And but now they will be. So open enrollment and guarantee issue for those aging into Medicare would be Plans D and G. Now, if you're in Wisconsin, Minnesota, perhaps Massachusetts, where you have unique plan types instead of the standardized plans, you're not excluded from this legislation or these regulations. You are going to see changes in your state too. The ridered approach will be changing, and states are issuing their regulations now so that carriers can file plans that they would roll out later this year. So with that, Plans C and F for those people already on Medicare, don't be surprised to see carriers roll out a new book of business and apply underwriting in states where it's permitted, and you may even see a pricing advantage for Plan C and F because it is underwritten. We're also expecting to see sales of Plan N grow. Currently, it's between 6 and 15% of the business that a carrier would sell. Expect to see that grow 15 to 20% for the upcoming year. As fewer plan choices for those aging into Medicare, we may see Plan N become a popular choice. So here's just a hypothetical example of how rates could be affected. So let's look at the old Plan F, the plans that would be available in your state today. Let's just use an example of $130. If a carrier rolled out a new book of business and it's populated mostly with underwritten business, that would have a suppressing impact on rates. It would lower the rates because of all that underwritten mix that's going into that new Plan F. On the other hand, the old Plan G, which had the advantage of underwriting in most states, which was the product of choice for many agents, that's going to have upward pressure on rates because it will be subject to open enrollment and guarantee issue. So we can see that plan premiums could change, and it's conceivable in this example where you see new Plan F could have a lower rate than a new Plan G in a given state. It's possible, even though the F plan has better benefits. You would think that it would cost more. but because of the underwriting impact on prices, it's conceivable, if a state were to permit it, that a carrier may have a more aggressive rate and a more competitive rate on F than a Plan G. On the other hand, if you look at these rates, you could see that the prices just could be upward pressure, period. And it may push a consumer to rethink, maybe I should enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan, or perhaps Plan N would be a better choice, because if premiums do go up, maybe I'm past the affordability stage. So much remains to be seen. None of us can predict what those rates are going to be. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. My point would be is if a new book of business is open in your state for F, it could be the plan of choice for underwritten business, and there might be a pricing advantage.